Hello everyone, welcome to Artful Garden Ideas. Today we talk about how to propagate an umbrella plant. Want to turn your schefflera plant into several plants? Here is a step-by-step guide on how to propagate an umbrella plant the easy way. Umbrella plants are super popular indoor house plant. Umbrella plant is the common name for the schefflera plant of the dwarf umbrella tree. This plant is great because it does well in normal home lighting and moisture conditions. It has a beautiful long green leaves that spread out to look like the spokes of an umbrella. Why should you propagate an umbrella plant? Propagating an umbrella plant has a few benefits. Prune and shape your plant, cut off leggy branches to encourage bushier growth, make new baby plants. Can you grow an umbrella plant from a cutting? Yes, it is very easy to take a cutting and grow it into a new baby umbrella plant. When is the best time to propagate an umbrella plant? Spring and summer are the growing season for these plants, so that is when your plants will root the fastest. However, you can propagate into plants year round successfully. Can you propagate and plant in water? Umbrella plants cutting can be rooted in the either moist soil or water. When rooting in soil, I like to cover the whole thing loosely with a plastic bag. This creates a greenhouse effect that keeps the humidity high and prompts root growth. Actually, prefer to root many umbrella plants cutting in water. This makes it super simple to monitor root growth and be sure the cutting is staying wet enough. How do you take cutting from an umbrella plant? Most dwarf umbrella plants are thin enough that cutting can be taken with sharp scissors. You can use garden shears and accessories. Clean scissors with alcohol to reduce the risk of any sort of infection in your cut. Where do you cut umbrella plant for propagation? You can cut an umbrella plant pretty much anywhere. To create a cutting, you need to leaf node. These brown spots on the stem, which is where the new roots will grow from umbrella plant. Stems are covered with them, so any cutting at least a few inches long will leave several nodes. You will need at least portion of system on your cutting for it to successfully root and grow into mature plant. Can you propagate umbrella plants by division? Umbrella plants only have one stem. They are more like trees than bushy plants, so you cannot divide them. You always want to take cutting from a healthy plant. Don't choose a branch with dropping leaves. Take cutting that are 4 or 6 inches long. Remember that the parent plant will grow new leaves and branches where you cut it. So plan accordingly. You can dip the cutting into rooting hormone to speed up the rooting process. This works particularly when rooting is putting mixed soil. When rooting in soil, cover the pot loosely with the plastic bag. This creates a greenhouse effect and helps to keep humidity high. Place cutting in direct light until roots. Select a healthy branch from your umbrella plant. Ideal, choose a branch with active new growth. Use your scissor to cut a 4 to 6 inches section of the plant. Optional, while cutting and dip the cut and in rooting home, place in a water or moist soil. Place in bright and direct light. Optional, cover loosely with a plastic bag, mostly just when propagating in putting soil. Change water weekly. Roots take 1 or 2 months from once the roots are 2 inches long. Move to soil. Umbrella plants, also known as schefflera plant, here herpes can be propagated by taking stem cutting and rooting them in water soil. Here is a general overview of process. Take stem cutting from a healthy mature umbrella plant. The cutting should be about 4 and 6 inches long and have at least one leaf moved. The point on the stem where remove the leaves from the bottom 2 inches of the cutting. Dip the cut and the stem in rooting hormone powder to encourage root growth. Place the cutting in a jar or vase of water and place it in warm, bright location out of directly sunlight. Change the water very few days to prevent bacteria growth. Roots should form within 24 hours. Once the roots are 1 or 2 inches long, you can transplant the cutting into a pot with well draining soil. Keep the soil moist but not waterlogged and in a bright warm location. Once the new plant has established itself, you can gradually introduce it to direct sunlight. Alternative, you can also propagate by air layering the plant, which is the bit more complex process but will give you a more mature and plant faster. And that's it. Thanks for watching.